Subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell icon for the latest film interviews, features, and recommendations on the movies that matter.
Hi, Dermot. It's good to see you. Dermot, so much has happened in the first season of Hanna. And looking at the trailer for season 2, it's quite clear that she's still on the run. It's quite clear that she's still trying to find out the true, the truth of who she really is. You, of course, joined the show as the new villain, who is the Utrax overseer. He's, of course, on the hunt for Hanna. I want to ask you, Dermot, when they're offering you the gig as the chief bad guy, what are the words? What's the pitch that they're selling you that makes you go, I want to do this?
Well, thank you, Rajeev. They didn't have to make a pitch. That season 1 is so good. I jumped at the chance to join in the part of John Carmichael. But I will admit to you, it is a little more satisfying, especially coming into the second script that I read. I believe they sent me those first 2 scripts. That's all I read when I took the role. When I realized what's sort of just starting to simmer, what I realized about this character, I was hooked right then. So I jumped right in, and it turned out to be much more heinous than I imagined. But a little extra thrill for getting to play the bad guy. For me, I put my time in on other types of stuff, so it's a nice change.
I love that shot in the teaser where you're staring into that wall of surveillance cameras. Nothing says bad guy like a grim-faced fellow looking into a whole video wall of television sets, does it?
That really struck me too, and it made me realize, really, even under the surface of the storyline, to have a man in a position of power like that. As you said, Hannah's looking to find out who she is. Precisely that. One of our characters, Clara, is looking for her mother, her biological mother. These are real people. And Carmichael is training these young female assassins that he's brought up since birth, since he wolf DNA enhanced their embryo. He's telling them who to be and how to think and what to do for my designs, which are then also revealed. But it's a phenomenal storyline. But it is truly unsettling in today's age, even in the last month, to see a guy standing like that behind a bank of cameras, watching someone who he's trying to manipulate. It sends chills for sure. We don't like that stuff anymore.
It's true. Are bad guys more fun to play than good guys? You've had a lot of experience doing both, really.
Well, I'm gaining more experience as the bad guy. I hope I'm peaking with Hanna too, and make it one of my best. But I love both, and comedy and everything else. That's the thing I've been most blessed with in this career, is the ticket to just to do each and every one of those things. So really, to add a really tried and true hit TV show of the spy genre means a lot to me, because I'm a fan of that genre, of the thriller, the foot chase through the European capital city streets. I've loved that all along. So to be asked to do one of these it was an awesome phone call to receive.
I only got the first episode to preview, but it's quite clear. Your character appears quite cold and clinical, in the manner that with what he does with these girls at Utrax and how they use them as military tools. What were you, what do you look for to latch onto, which becomes your sort of entry into the character?
Well, I had a lot of help from David Farr. Maybe I even already said, my inclination was to push it a little bit toward being a bad guy, glowering over the computer. But he's just saying, he had me dressed very specifically, warm colors, kind of a flannel corduroy. So it was this comfortable guy. The thing that he didn't try to do as the writer is push back the reveal that I'm responsible for the you know what I mean? There's no time for any of that anymore, where we're trying to trick an audience and, oh my goodness. So we know right from the beginning, we know from season 1 how bad Utrax is. What we did with those babies on orders. It's just unimaginable. So there's no game in that in Hanna too. We know how bad Carmichael is from the start. It's just how bad, and then how he is that bad.
Right.
Which is why it's a fascinating character and a blessing to get the part from Far to play.
In India, you're of course most remembered and most loved for your role in My Best Friend's Wedding. It's the film that's now 23 years it's been since that came out, and it feels like it's aged beautifully. It's one of those films that it feels like every few years there's a new generation that discovers it and sort of falls in love with it. What are your memories of making that film? What are the memories that stay with you?
I remember every minute of it. I knew that was a special movie. It was at a time, your film industry has done wonderful things with wedding movies, honestly, in ways that we never continued that well with a really rock solid romantic comedy. Obviously, in my career, it was a step up. I auditioned with Julia, whom I'd never known until that moment, and PJ Hogan, the director, alone in a room. I mean, it's such a peak moment. But then really every day that we shot in the city of Chicago and the estate where the wedding takes place, all of it was beautiful. The talent on that movie, incredible. So thanks for asking. You're right. That movie, not only does it stay good, it gets better because it loops back on itself. And then for the longest time, I was hearing that movie's really good. And then I was hearing that movie's really good and I watch it with my mom. And now I hear that movie's really good and I watch it with my grandmother. You see? So it really is enduring. And the goodwill that I have received back for really just like 4 short months of my life that I devoted to that movie, it's incalculable. And thank you and your film fan and cinema community in India. It's remarkable.
You went back and worked with Julia Roberts again when you all did Homecoming 2 years ago. What was that like being on a
video? Exactly.
That's right, actually. Right? Yeah. What was that like being on set with her again together?
I was thrilled to be in that cast with Cannavale and Shea Wiggum and others, obviously. Julia Roberts, my dear friend. We only have a few scenes. They're key to the storyline. It was such a gift to get that part. But then they have those scenes take on a certain amount of extra density maybe, because we're known to know each other. And even in that category, actors who know each other, she knows Tom Hanks too, but it's not the same. It's because of that movie and that chemistry and that moment in time. People, when they see me, they see themselves from the age and time that they were when they first saw it. That's what happens when people come up to me about that movie too, which is magic. It means movies are magic, is what it means.
It's true.
Incredible.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And I've only seen the first episode so far of Hanna. Looking forward to catching all of it when it drops in Amazon Prime Video.
Man,
thank you.
Just wait. You're gonna love it. Thanks so much, Rajeev. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.